Well, hello everyone and welcome. This time I think we have the microphone working properly and we have everything else working properly. So welcome to the first proper vertical slice. The last one didn't go so well because the microphone cut out. So hopefully this time you can hear me and everything is going well. The frame seems to be working fine. I am using Open Broadcaster software, which Giant Bomb helpfully told me about to broadcast this to you today. We are going to be looking at the opening of... what is it? It's The Secret of Monkey Island. Well, no, it's not. It's The Curse of Monkey Island, in fact. The third Monkey Island game. Last time we broadcast a tiny bit of the opening to Monkey Island 2, and actually I think we might broadcast it again because it's so good. But let's get on with it, shall we? Let's change scene. So here we go. Voila! Look how... The more I use this, the easier it is to use. Seriously, it's a really good program. I highly recommend you check it out. It's totally free, unlike XSplit or something. You don't have to pay for it, so it's totally free. So I have ScumVM up here. We've got the Monkey Island 2, which I have on floppy disk, which I found in the attic. Curse of Monkey Island, which has come from the CD version originally, but both run actually out of Scum. So both run in ScumVM. And as long as you have the original files on your computer, you can, copy them over, boot them up. It's in the days past copy protection. Actually, I have to start... Let's start up LeChuck's Revenge, because... Oh, there we go. I love this bit. I love this bit. This is so ridiculous. So I have to explain this bit. When the game originally came out, it came with this massive code wheel called Mix and Mojo, and you basically had to match the codes with the symbols on which appear there. So Recipe for Worms, you'd have to go around and turn the wheel until it said Recipe for Worms, and then work out what the numbers were and then type in the numbers. Luckily I lost the code wheel, but this you can enter any number and it brings you to the loading screen. I also wanted to show you these loading screens because you'll see the similarities between Monkey Island 2's intro and Monkey Island 3's intro, how they're very similar. Of course you want all the puzzles, don't you? That's the real version. I'll only show you a tiny bit of this because we did play it all the way through last time. No sound at all. In the days of sound, there was none. Yes, he turns up in the strangest places. This is all done very well in the re-release version they did as well. The only problem was they skipped this bit which is just coming now, which is the main intro where you get the the main theme and everything. I thought that was silly. They shouldn't have skipped that then. That was one of the best bits of the actual game, but oh well. Well, not the actual game. It's nice to look at. It's nice to hear it. Hear the music. Here's the music. LeChuck evaporating story. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that's a bit loud indeed. Let's just turn that down a tiny bit. How's that? Is that slightly better? That's quite loud. They're the monkeys. One of the greatest theme tunes, of course, of all time, I would say. Even though it does sound a bit tinny when played on a... Let's turn that down even further. Tinny when played on a system like this. I think... let's just skip this so that we skip past the music. If I can remember how to do it. Oh, no, that's pause the game. There we go. Sorry we're skipping everything. I know it's... If you want to look at this, go and... there we go. Go and play the first video I uploaded. So let's quit out of that, return to the launcher. So what I was going to say was the intro for that section of the game. It's very similar in The Curse of Monkey Island, which will load up now. Immediately you see the difference. With so much... This is 1997, I think? I think this is the best Monkey Island game of them. Whereas in the other one it gave you the option of just standard and then light version, in this one it gives you standard and more complicated version. So I'm still picking the top one because that's the top one. Easiest one to do, I think. Again, this intro is another fantastic game intro. Let you soak it in. Lamenting the loss of LucasArts, of course, who was responsible for this. Those were the days. course, that's a reference to THX, the sound system. If you've ever watched Star Wars films, you'll have recognised that tone. Now, if you remember the end of Monkey Island 2, you'll remember that Guybrush is at a carnival. Oh, it's still very loud, isn't it? I'm going to turn it down. I don't know. I hope that's not too loud for you, but it is really loud for me. Yeah, Guybrush is a carnival, so this intro kind of like explains... Well, actually, it doesn't explain how he got in the middle of the ocean. He just ends up there suddenly. But...
Captain's log.
Oh,
Guybrush Threepwood.
I don't really
Lost
like
at
having
sea
the...
for days now.
Well...
I have no crew or navigational instruments. No
It's
provisions
best to
except
have
a
them on,
half-eaten
actually,
corn
isn't it?
dog, and
Subtitles.
unless I find water soon, I'm surely done for. Only the hope of finding my love,
Now
Elaine,
this
keeps me
2D,
going.
kind of like
My quest for the fabulous
Disney
treasure
style,
called Big Whoop has left me
I
in
think
this
was the best
sorry
way
state.
of doing these.
I thought it would bring me fame and glory. Instead, it delivered me into the clutches of my
Guybrush
enemy,
loses his beard,
the
of
zombie
course,
pirate
from
LeChuck.
when he was in Monkey
I
Island 2.
thwarted his evil plot to
He
marry
also
Elaine,
lost
and
his
he was after
amazing
revenge.
coat. He had a great coat.
Really, really thirsty now. If only I could have a small drink of fresh water, I might have the strength to sail on. But I
Classic,
know there's
yeah.
nothing but ocean
Yeah.
for miles and miles. If I could reach land, I might find water and some food. Fruit, maybe. Something to fight off the scurvy and help me get my strength back. Maybe some bananas. Oh, why do I torture myself like this? I might as well wish for some chicken and a big mug of grog for all the good it'll do me.
Nicely done.
Oh, my sweet Elaine. Am I cursed to starve here on this ocean without seeing your face just one more time? Am I...
Best version of the soundtrack, for definite. The soundtrack to this game is amazing. Yeah, the soundtrack is really good at this game. I was going to say that it's Ron Gilbert, designer originally of Monkey Island. He doesn't classify this game as a real Monkey Island. He says Monkey Island stopped Monkey Island 2, and if he was going to do a sequel, he would continue it after Monkey Island 2. That's unfair. This is the best Monkey Island game. I know Monkey Island 2 is really, really good, but this one was the first one I actually finished. I actually played through, I actually understood. I was too young for the Monkey Island 2 when I originally got it. I knew it was about pirates, I like pirates, but I could not solve any of the puzzles at all. Michael Land, there you go. Music's underrated composer. Hans Christian Rubensil, I believe. What are they doing now? They probably work at Telltale Games or something, or Double Fine Productions maybe. Some of them do. That's for definite. iMuse. Where did iMuse go? Why isn't iMuse used in more games these days? I mean, the technology for it, I'm sure, is still being leveraged somewhere. But I wish it was still called iMuse. That was such a ridiculous name for a sound system. For those of you who don't know, iMuse was what in the Monkey Island 2 level Woodkick. You moved into different buildings and the music would fade in and out as you moved there. And the themes would change like dynamically. It was that idea of blending two bits of music together to create a nice flow to it, you know. So very loud. I do hope this isn't too loud for you. There's LeChuck! Of course, there will never be another Monkey Island now that Disney has closed LucasArts, and I'll just sit on it. Very sad. Elaine.
How many times do I have to tell you, LeChuck, I just don't feel that way about you?
Elaine?
By my congealed blood, you'll learn to love me.
You see that?
Sail with me, and I'll make you queen.
LeChuck isn't all bad. He's only doing it because he loves Elaine. He's actually
I can't.
quite a nice guy.
I'm washing my hair tonight.
And excuse me.
Blast be your hair, woman! Can't you see that this
Okay,
salty
this is
old
more
sea
like
corpse
DreamWorks
pines
productions
for
from
your every
in the
gentle
1990s.
caress?
They did like several 2D films. I think Prince of Egypt. I have that on video.
You know, I don't think my father would approve of
The
me
Road
dating
to
the
El
undead.
Dorado. That was a great film. The Road to El Dorado.
And you're probably too nice a zombie pirate for me anyway. Let's just be
the wind,
friends
if the clouds
instead.
were moving, then it would look almost perfect. Having the clouds not moving makes it
Let's
seem
face
a bit,
it, LeChuck.
you know.
You're an evil, foul-smelling, vile, codependent villain, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a romantic relationship right
course.
now.
Monkey Island 3. This is
Darn your
that's the
riddles, you
best
saucy
character in the Monkey
female!
Island
What do
series,
you
who we will be
mean?
introduced to in a little bit.
Oh!
You're a
That's not him.
bloodthirsty monster who's already kidnapped me once, tortured my friends, and taken from me the only man I ever loved.
Amazing amount of
Guybrush
exposition right up
Threepwood.
here at the front. Imagine how much room this used on CD-ROMs.
Ah,
All
how
these
romantic.
films. This must have used so much room. Imagine if this one floppy.
Shaboy!
Then the disc 22 joke would work.
Threepwood!
Threepwood! Why didn't you just kill him now? Why didn't you just kill him now? Classic evil
Fish
villain
him out.
act, not killing him immediately.
Guybrush?
Yes, it is Guybrush.
Guybrush, Threepwood. By my gangrenous
Just cut his
gut,
head off.
I don't know how you escaped my carnival of the damned, but you won't escape the taste of my blade!
I suppose he tries to. There were must be other swords around the place. You would think. You would think there were other swords.
Ooh, the lass has spirit. Throw him in the hold. I'll finish him after the battle. Turn loose the longboats. And prepare the flaming voodoo cannonball.
Exposition. Again, these loading screens for the part screens, identical, very similar to, you know, Monkey Island 2. Actually, all the Monkey Islands have had that. It's Wally!
I've got to get out of here and help Elaine. If I could only get through this one door, and then I could easily overpower the armed guards above, slip over the side, and make for the shore.
Yep.
Quit your mumbling, captive.
Oh, the mouse, there it is. So this one, if I remember, yeah. If you remember the old games had that at the bottom of the screen, there was a massive, like, instruction thing. This one reduced it to 3 things: examine, pick up, and talk to.
This'll make you
So let's
rue
examine the
that.
ramrod.
Looks like a ramrod for the cannon.
It is, indeed. Let's pick it up. Nicely done.
I've asked you, swabs.
We won't talk to
Prepare
Small
for your
Pirate.
doom.
Actually, I think we do need to talk to Small Pirate, who is Wally from the
You
second game
drink
as well.
bilge water, and your mother's dress, you funny. Stand back.
I'm selling these fine leather jackets.
I really love that
Really?
line. I know it's one of the classic lines.
No.
but
I'm lying.
every time he says
In
that,
that case, I don't want one.
oh dear,
Well, sorry we couldn't make a deal.
it's classic.
Cross me again, and I'll chum for sharks with you.
You sound pretty tough.
I'm so tough. In junior high, I stuffed Davy Jones
You
in his
know,
locker.
in you know, the more modern
Is that a real eye
films,
patch?
whether not films,
Aye.
games, whether a
Sure, it
conversation.
be real.
Why are you wearing a monocle underneath it?
It keeps the dust out of me eye socket.
Hey,
There is
wait a minute.
the
You're not a
you know,
pirate.
Mass Effect
Wally!
style of
Don't you
here's
recognize
an
me?
idea of
It's
what
Guybrush Threepwood.
they're going to say, but they're not actually
Oh,
going to say the
gee.
exact thing.
Hello, Mr. Wood.
I actually prefer the Monkey Island style.
The
Like,
last
it is
time I saw you,
exactly
we
the
were
line they're
prisoners in
going to
LeChuck's
say, and
dungeon.
so you get to kind
Why
of
would
like
you
have an
sign
idea
on
of
with
what
the
the
ship of
joke
the
is going
living
to be.
dead?
So if you
Well,
get to
Mr. Brush,
decide, oh,
At
I
first
actually
I
want
had some
that joke
misgivings
rather than
about
this
it.
joke. Whereas
But
when it does the kind of
thanks
like
to LeChuck's
general,
seminars,
this is kind of
motivational
what he'll say
lectures,
thing, but
and
rephrase
audio
it.
books on Parrot,
It means
I've
that,
become a
I know I'm
vicious
talking over jokes,
corsair.
sorry.
You can too. Ask me how.
It means that you get less idea of what you're. No, I'm not. No, just
Tell me more.
Here.
There we go. Yeah, skip all the. You play this yourself if you want to hear all the
explains
dialogue.
basic philosophy I follow.
I'm not in the mood for
I need him
sales
to
hype.
break down and cry.
Snap out of it, Wally.
Played this game too
That's
much.
blood nose to you, you scurvy sea bass.
What are LeChuck's plans?
Actually, that's probably
He's
the
been
wrong thing to
working
say.
on a secret weapon, some incredibly powerful cannonball. He's going to use it to blow down the walls of the fort, so his crew can overrun the island.
You're a failure as a pirate.
Shut
is.
your trap, you yellow-bellied blowfish. One more peep out of you, and I'll do you
I
in.
always thought Guybrush was a bit too tall. I mean, he's always been gangly, but he looks incredibly tall here.
Yeah, you in what navy?
Yes,
Taller than this door.
Deborah Swab.
Behind him.
One more word, and I'll let you have it.
Also, you see this Starry Night here? I think that's a Van Gogh over there. They've secretly put in a Van Gogh painting.
You haven't got the guts.
That's it. I'm gonna blast you. I'm gonna...
Oh,
I can't do it.
there's iMuse in
Just
action.
can't.
Transitioning
You're
sounds.
right, Mr. Wood. I'm just not a pirate. I'm not ferocious or bloodthirsty or hateful or anything. I'm not even unpleasant.
Oh, he's not even unpleasant. And he hits himself in the face with his plastic hook.
Oh, there.
Let's pick up the hook. And then... Oh, how do we... There we go. So here's our inventory. Let's combine that with that. Actually, we don't need that right now. We just need to use the cannon. Here's a kind of like mini-game-esque thing. Oh, oops. Doesn't actually matter. You can hit the ball many times. if you want. At least I think.
Watch where you're shooting! Here you are!
Playing in the single window is more difficult to aim than you suppose.
You're gonna get us all killed!
That was me. Sorry.
It's like you're not one of the Chuck.
Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this.
Alright, here we go.
Ew, gross.
Here's what.
All the bones and stuff are
best
floating towards the
character.
ship.
Best character.
Can't quite squeeze past this cannon.
Down here.
It's a horrible skull.
Well, they've messed with the wrong skull this time.
I'm Guybrush. Sorry about blasting your boat.
Then that sorrow will be the last thing you feel. You have come face to face with the terrible demon skull Murray. Now let me hear your screams of terror.
Eek.
Getting great voice acting as well, you know.
Why do you villains always laugh so much?
I wasn't laughing about anything in particular. Somewhere
So
there's
Murray
a fish
comes back
nibbling
and
on my foot,
he's
it
in
really
the
tickles.
fourth one a little bit. I've never played the fourth Monkey Island, and he also comes back in Tales of Monkey Island as well. Still bent on world domination, of course.
You know, you look great with a melting candle on your forehead.
I get the feeling you're not taking me very seriously.
I'm not.
No, I am, really.
Really?
Really?
That's great.
You're about as fearsome as a doorstop.
Is it a really evil-looking doorstop?
Never mind.
Anyway, I don't think we.
How can you see without
Well,
eyeballs?
I could go and
How can you
exhaust
walk around
all
without
of
a
Murray's
brain?
dialogue. I encourage you
Some
to do
things no one
so.
can answer.
Although you can't find this game, of course. This is one of the few games not available on digital download services.
I'm going now.
Good.
It really should be. It's
Now, leave me
this
alone.
and Grim Fandango. I've never played Grim Fandango. Everyone says it's great. I have no idea about it. Never played it. I'd love to. So now we're going to.
Just get my hands on that
Sorry,
gun.
Murray.
If I could just get my hands on it.
We need something. I don't know why we're knocking you off. Actually, we don't have to knock you off. I just realised. Just we always do. We actually need to use that thing on this. The cutlass. There we go. So now we've got cutlass going on. We'll go back in here. Sob. I didn't know it. And we will then salmon, that though.
It's the restraining rope for the
It
canton.
is indeed. Let's take that and cut it. Why do you have to be on that side,
That
Wally?
doesn't need cutting.
No, it does! Over here! Weep. I never knew they were so music.
Haha! Taste cold steel, feeble cannon restraint rope.
Now, what will happen if we use the cannon without the restraint rope?
Now, with the demon flames of this voodoo cannonball, I'll blast my significant other into the significant other world. That'll show her how much I truly care. Neptune's navel. That was a close one.
Didn't know I had the sound turned up so high. Anyway, that's the introduction. I don't want to, play through the whole game for you. I was hoping to show you Flight Simulator 10, but unfortunately, because Flight Simulator 10 is quite old now and it requires the turning off of
Hey, I
Windows
lost my
Aero,
cutlass when the ship capsized.
something goes wrong and it wasn't working when I was trying to do it. So, ooh, that's a nice portrait. It's a lovely
It's
portrait.
LeChuck in all his glory.
It's like, in both of the first games, they present you with a lot of money right up front. So here, it's like, oh, look at all the treasure and stuff here. In fact, a lot of
Chocolate-covered barnacles, marshmallow hooks, sea urchins, glass eyes. Ugh.
This is what you come to Monkey Island for, really. The kind of the useless stuff about,
It's a bottle of sparkling formaldehyde. Good year,
if
too.
you didn't observe all of this stuff, you'd kind of be missing half of the, let's pick up the cone.
I think LeChuck needs it more than I do.
You would hardly
I
half
don't
the jokes.
even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
Can't even remember. Oh, we have to pick up a bag of wooden nickels from somewhere. There it is.
It's a bag of wooden nickels. Some treasure.
I didn't even know. I don't even know what a wooden nickel
Hey,
is.
there's a big diamond ring behind this bag.
We'll get off the boat. We'll get off the boat. I'm going to pick up the ring because the ring's very important. We will use the ring with a porthole. Very sensible.
Guybrush?
Yes.
Guybrush! I thought I'd lost you forever. Is it really you?
Yes, Elaine.
Always heroic.
Did you really mean what you said out there? That I was the only man you ever loved?
Well, yes, Guybrush.
Why did you say
yes,
that?
I did.
I don't remember her saying
Elaine, I'm a man of action. A swashbuckler. A rogue. A wanderer. A man who can hold his breath for 10 minutes. I have no ties and no regrets. I sail with the wind and go where adventure takes me. But somehow,
Good speech.
something always leads
Guybrush,
me.
stop babbling.
Elaine, will you marry me?
Oh, Guybrush.
Oh. Wally?
Wally?
You're alive! But how did you survive the explosion?
I was thrown
Oh,
clear.
yeah.
I'm just lucky I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Wow, Elaine, that's some ring.
Elaine looks
Thank
wrong
you,
there. She
Wally.
looks evil.
It's an engagement ring from Guybrush.
Hey, that looks just like the big diamond ring LeChuck had in his treasure hold. You know, the one with that ghastly, disfiguring voodoo curse on it. Well, I'm sure Guybrush wouldn't have given you that ring. Anyway, I gotta be going. I hear there's a tattoo removal place on this island that's Freckles safe. See you at the wedding.
Guybrush!
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh no! Elaine? She's not gonna be happy about this.
Oh well, there you go. And then we're on Puerto Pollo. I know all sorts of jokes about El Pollo Diablo. If you travel this way, you get to meet the Voodoo Lady, of course, and Murray again. There is some very funny stuff about the person who's rewriting Shakespeare in the town over here. There's a lot of good dialogue with the barber shop people. Where are you going? They are in there. There's also some very funny stuff at the Cabana Bar over here, where the guy, he won't be there now because you have to go... Oh, he is there. Surprised. But
He's a member of the bustling Plunder
to
Island
try and
workforce.
get onto this beach, you have to be a member of the Brimstone Beach Club and Smorgy, but you're not a member, so of course you have to go and through a massive rigmarole of trying to get a membership card. And then when you finally do, it's like you rub it in his face. It's very funny. I trust you. That was useful. We'll save that. Because of course we're going to replay this at some point. No, we're not. I lie. It's called Monkey Island 3. No, it's not. It's the Curse of Monkey Island. I'm just going to call it Gareth. That's easiest. Save. And quit back to the launcher. Thank you for watching. Next time we will play something else. I have no idea what. But in the meantime, I will leave you with the clock counting down. It's 10 past 10. And I'll see you sometime next time. Goodbye.